Honestly, in the studio, it smells like coffee today. This is such a special moment because usually our editor-in-chief would not allow coffee in the studio, but we are going to talk more about coffee diplomacy. So yeah, we have cups of coffee here, and also former Indonesian ambassadors to the Republic of Azerbaijan, Bapak Prayono Atiyanto. Welcome, Pak Prayono. And also we have former Indonesian ambassador to Lebanon and Sweden, Bapak Bagas Hapsoro. Welcome, Pak Bagas.
Welcome, Bu Alia.
To see the studio, and also former Indonesian ambassador to Slovak Republic, Bapak Djumantoro Purbo. Welcome, Pak Toro.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here in the studio. I mean, I believe all of you are coffee lovers.
Yes.
Yes? Please do have
Of course
some
not.
sip of coffee.
Of
No?
course, yes.
Yes, of course,
yes.
Because all of you ambassadors, you do the coffee diplomacy.
Right.
Apart from, that it tastes good, that it can sell. So apparently coffee can be an element of gastro diplomacy, which can strengthen, bilateral cooperation, bilateral ties between two countries, and even, make a successful relationship with a block of countries, perhaps. So tell us about coffee diplomacy, maybe beginning from you, Pak Prat.
Okay, let me first greet the audience.
All right.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, friends of Share Today. Salam kopi.
Ooh.
And for this first, I want to ask Pak Bagas
Okay.
to say something first about coffee diplomacy.
You know why? Because the three of them are besties. So they're like, talk very lightly. And I was asking you, and you're now throwing it to
Fortunately, we are besties.
Yes.
Fortunately, we are besties.
Fortunately. Okay, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mas Prayono. Well, actually, this is, the word coffee diplomacy is a nation branding effort for all of us from Indonesia that's portray the positive image regarding coffee. And this not only just economic value, but also cultural and environment as well.
Yeah.
Because we do have a lot of differences with other countries which produce coffee, like Brazil, Vietnam, Colombia, other things which more richer. So this is something that we have to strengthen altogether with the collaboration with businessmen, government, and also farmers, because farmers represent 98% of all coffee producers here in Indonesia.
Oh, wow. Okay, so the question is this one. How do you do...
Can I add something?
Of course, please.
I tend to give a direct answer or explanation. Coffee, first point, coffee is no stranger to diplomacy.
Correct.
People around the world drinks coffee. Of course, besides tea and wine.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
Now we speak about Indonesia. Indonesia at the moment is considered as one of the biggest
Suppliers for
producer.
coffee. Yeah.
We are number 4, still number 4. Hopefully, we can be number 3. But definitely, we cannot become number 5. That is why we need to give special attention to the production sector of our coffee. It means the downstream. Although we are working at the upstream, but we cannot link the upstream with the downstream. What else? Patoro,
Okay.
you want
Maybe
to...
you would like to add, Pator.
Yes.
I can always say something from the other perspective, but Pak Prayono mentioned Indonesian coffee. So through diplomacy, because the coffee diplomacy has no definition yet, but what we have been doing is coffee diplomacy.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing. But for the definition itself, we are still working on that.
Okay.
And then
Now I can add more.
Yeah.
No, I cannot.
Now you remember something because of what he said, right?
No, because you're
Right.
mentioning Indonesia through coffee diplomacy.
Yeah.
This is the
Indonesia
opportunity
also-
to showcase diversity.
Yes.
This is what Indonesia about.
So it's a good nation branding actually for Indonesia,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That's
That's true.
Nation branding. But I mean, we don't only have coffee though. We have tea, for example. Why do we choose coffee over other things?
That's also Pak Bagas' turn.
Okay.
You see that these are also commodities for all of us. I can add also chocolate,
Cocoa.
cocoa. But
Cocoa, yeah.
seeing the production of tea is much below. If you compare with coffee, and we put coffee is much more strategic if you compare with other commodities, because as I said, that we do have a lot of differences with other countries. Number one, because of geographical indication. This is a mark that given to specific country, specific region. So the coffee from Aceh Kayu all the way to Papua, we have a 17 GI. It's really different.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's the characteristics of Indonesian coffee. I mean,
Absolutely.
what's on the rise right now is specialty coffee, right? And you
Correct.
have to have a very good grade
Yes.
for that specialty coffee. So
Yeah.
what do we want to put on the surface as Indonesian coffee that cannot be found in other countries, for example, from Brazil or in Vietnam or in Colombia, is the characteristics that are so varied?
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Correct.
Exactly, and that's the
Exactly.
point.
Okay, so now I want to ask, how do you train the diplomats to be on the front line of coffee diplomacies? Not all of them know about coffee, for example. Do you do the tasting, the cupping, the barista stuff and all that? How do you train them?
It is not a matter how we train them. It should be already in our DNA,
Oh, okay.
right? You like it or not,
Why are you laughing, Pa?
you like it or not,
Yes,
you have to be able
to do it.
to do it. Even now we try to be able to brew coffee
Yeah.
in the right manner. Indonesian coffee, of course. Indonesian coffee. Since last year, right?
Yes. 2021. Yes. Correct. November
Can brew-
2021. Yes.
November 2021.
Yeah, in the center of our education and training, right?
Yes.
One of the program is to introduce understanding, knowledge
Background,
uh,
how to market.
about coffee,
Yeah.
the history. But even they are introduced to how to brew manual brew, right? Manual brew.
Not using machine.
No, manual
right.
brew. Indonesian coffee.
Okay, so the kopi tubruk, for example, that's like the core of Indonesian coffee. Or is it
It's,
different?
yes and no, because when we speak about kopi tubruk, that's Pak Toro will explain what is kopi tubruk.
I really love this bunch. I mean, they keep
Right.
throwing at each other.
No.
Come on, okay. Pak Toro, what have you got?
As you said, we are bestie.
Bestie.
We know each other minds, you know. We can read each other mind.
Of course. So, Pak Toro, what is your take on that?
So I think the new recruits participating in our center of excellence in diplomacy, the center of training and education. So they must be the lucky ones, because we provide them with knowledge and even skills how to prepare coffee.
Yeah.
But I think they can improve themselves. But from my perspective, they're not necessarily to become a barista or
Yeah.
a certified barista or any certificate. But at least even they don't need to be a good coffee drinker, but at least they can convince the coffee drinkers abroad, overseas, that when you are talking about tasting or cupping, basically is kopi tubruk.
Yeah.
Kopi tubruk and well, anything black, you name it, Americano,
Yeah.
Turkish coffee,
Turkish
espresso,
Yeah.
espresso. But kopi tubruk is we don't need to specify Arabica or Robusta, as long as it is black, and then you pour hot water on the coffee, on the ground coffee, and then what make kopi tubruk is different from others is as long as the water in the cup is better. And then it is up to the drinker to decide when it is the best time to
drink
sip
it, to sip it, to have the first sip.
So
Right.
sip it, and then that's will it
You know-
will say anything because it is you are experiencing
Yeah.
something from the aroma, from the taste.
Exactly. I quite agree when you said.
And then I'm still working to convince people that, yeah, again, it is still my homework because it is more popular when they mention cupping,
Yep.
not but essentially it is kopi tubruk.
Kopi tubruk,
Brew, yeah.
exactly. But I really agree when you said it's a lot of history about coffee that, and it's in the soul of Indonesians, a lot of Indonesians, right? You know, in the old days, our great grandpas, perhaps, when they drink coffee, they have to pour some of the coffee, the
Right.
first layers, to the saucer.
And you
Yes, and
You
then
drink
you
it
drink it from the saucer.
from the source.
Yes, so that's the way how Indonesian drank
Right,
coffee a
right.
long time ago.
Yes.
But talking about today, we saw that youngsters, they love coffee, especially in Indonesia. They're like, they cannot start a day without a perfect cup of coffee. We have a lot of coffee shops mushrooming all around Indonesia. How do you see this, Pak?
You see that the youngster, especially millennial, they're studying,
Yeah,
they're working, sometimes also until the night, even only 4-5 hours
of sleep.
sleep.
They hustle a lot,
that-
yeah.
Yes, and to make or to stay awake, I think it's good to have a coffee on this issue, and now becoming lifestyle. And people also enjoy, and they compare which one is better, which one was not. But they are smart as well. Not only for the trend, not only for the lifestyle, but it is like they need this coffee.
Yeah,
But for me, it is good for them to educate also the quality of coffee.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because what they like is the sweetness of it. When it's mixed with sugar, any coffee would taste nice, right? Would you agree with me?
That's not coffee.
That's not coffee.
that's not
I agree
coffee.
with you, Pa. I agree with you. You're a hardcore coffee drinker, I know that.
I would say
Yeah.
times has changed. Another statement. No need to worry.
He's very visionary.
No need to worry.
Okay, but I want to ask you something. What is the difficulty actually to promote Indonesian coffee abroad, based on your experience?
Oh, a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you agree?
I do
My
agree.
statement, a lot.
You have to agree with him because he's your bestie. But what are the
No, it's
difficulties?
a fact.
It's a fact. What are the difficulties?
No, as I said, another aspect of coffee diplomacy in practical sense, one of the main tasks of diplomacy is promoting. That is why we want to promote, we want to marketing, we want to sell Indonesian coffee abroad.
Yes.
But when we get the buyer, when we got the importers, the problem start. First, about the availability of the product, of the coffee. Second, we speak about quality,
And
consistency of the quality.
Consistent.
Exactly.
As you mentioned, the youngsters now like to drink coffee, to go to cafes. The consumption is increasing. it's good, it's good. But the problem is on the production.
Right. Yeah.
The productions, yeah.
But you can do so much of promoting the coffee, and how do you make sure that all those also work accordingly? Because when you promote, but what you're selling is not fulfilling to what you promise, then it's a big problem, don't you
That is
think?
why now we try to have a good network with the producer, with the farmers,
The farmers,
to
yes.
check. The first question we ask to them is, what is your capacity?
Number one question.
Capacity of production, of course.
Yeah.
Then we can, okay, we can match with the potential of the market. That is why now we quite a lot making of conversation online, online discussion,
Yeah.
dialogue, and what is good for Kamlu at the moment. Now we also have now we are marketing also Indonesian export products through digital platform.
Right.
It is called Inna Access. www.innaaccess.com.
So this can be a platform.
Right.
For-
It's like what is it's a market.
Yeah, market.
It's like market. It's
Marketplace.
It's a global promotion, increasing trade for everybody, especially
it
the
covers three
MSMEs.
sector actually. Not only trade, but also investment and also tourism.
Right. The INA access.
It
Yes.
is free of charge. It is also a solid platform because when we develop this platform, we talk to other relevant ministry,
Yeah.
Minister of Trade,
Yep.
Minister of Tourism. Even we got supported by Bank of Indonesia.
Well, that's great to hear. But I mean, to produce a good cup of coffee,
Right.
you
And also, 60% of the exhibitors on in access is small and medium
enterprises, the MSMEs.
Right.
Right. So we can actually upscale their businesses
Right.
as well. But
Please use in access as much as possible.
okay,
As I said, it is free of charge.
it is free of charge. So everyone, if you are a coffee producer or coffee trader, then you
Yes.
can access the INA access.
Right.
So my next question is this. Everyone in the world right now is talking about sustainable products. Indonesia as a country is also holding this, what do you call, the responsibility of such a big country with lush forests all over the country, right? Especially in Kalimantan. And we want to have products that is also sustainable. What about coffee products? Do you also have this in your diplomacy that Indonesia now is so responsible that the products of its coffee is also sustainable?
Yes. First of all, that should be an ongoing process. One of my colleagues said, it is not like a sprint,
It's a marathon.
it is marathon.
Yeah.
I will say that we do understand about the concept of sustainable. And that is why we have strong commitment to the SDGs. That is why when we said that, oh, we are on the process of being sustainable, it is because our own awareness, not because other people.
Not because other
Other
country
country.
dictates us
Right,
to do so.
right. We have our dignity. We have our confidence. We have our commitment.
Yeah.
Indonesia is a sustainable country. We have a sustainable production. That is the. I think we need to be firm on this.
Okay.
This is a strong statement actually.
Right. Okay, now my next question is for Pa Toro. You've been an ambassador for quite some time. It even is run in the family, right? So your mom and your dad also is in the area of diplomacies as well. For example, I just want to, give out one example, which is Germany, for example. The people in Germany, they drink a lot of coffee, but Indonesia is not the first supplier for Germany's coffee. So how do we sort of like have this target of pushing more Indonesian products in Germany, for example, let alone other countries like Sweden or America, perhaps?
Concerning German, I can answer that.
You can answer that, okay.
Yes, of course.
That it's his turn again. Okay, what's your take on this?
No, before
It's
you
very
answer,
unfortunate. I can answer that.
You can add, yeah.
You know, people in Germany drinks
8 cups a day, for example.
yes, and only Robusta.
Only Robusta, no Arabica. Ah.
No, not Arabica, only Robusta. That is
Or
why
blends.
blends. We are telling companies in Indonesia, exporters, if you want to enter German market, just concentrate on Robusta. Of course, with good quality.
Yeah.
Nowadays, we speak about certification. We are talking about certification. Fair trade. They ask us, what about the farmer? They will ask us what they get, what the farmers get.
Yeah,
It's fine for us because we are also thinking about the farmer.
the welfare of the farmer.
Right.
Yeah.
Rainforest Alliance, rainforest certification. We know that. The Europe say, okay, the production should not be based on deforestation.
Yeah.
We know that also. That is why now we speak a lot to the Rainforest Alliance, the other certification entities, because they want also to help us. If you want to help us, please come and we can work together.
Right. Okay.
That's the beauty of cooperation. Nowadays, it's better to cooperate rather than to compete.
to compete.
That's the language
Absolutely.
nowadays in this current.
Hashtag
Speak out.
collaboration, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you want to add, Pak Toro. So here that Indonesian coffee is sustainable.
If you are talking about sustainable, he is the expert. But let me, because you mentioned Germany.
Yeah.
Germany is a very important hub for coffee from all over the world. So when I served my term in Slovakia, so I noticed that they very much depend on the supply from Germany, especially Hamburg. That's the main entry point.
Yes.
So, and then my challenge is, to push is something, but to promote understanding about the value of coffee, and also the diversity of coffee from Indonesia, it depends on the trends. The trend at the time. When I was in Bratislava, my job was much easier because the trend at the time was what we called third wave movement.
Movement of coffee.
So they see the importance of the quality of coffee. And then, of course, the best quality coffee is specialty coffee. And then I can showcase the variety of specialty coffee from Indonesia. And then those stakeholders involved in promoting these third wave movements are hipsters. So I take advantage of that trend to promote Indonesian
Riding
coffee.
on the
So,
wave.
well, again, they can accept my effort to convince them that we are in a better position than other country for showcasing the diversity of coffee.
Exactly.
So if you're talking about black coffee, I can educate them, or not necessarily black coffee, but the diversity of coffee. I can educate them that this is our contribution for your lifestyle.
Wow, that's deep.
Yes.
Yeah, because
It's part of the lifestyle,
they
yes.
cannot be stuck. And then one thing, at that time, it is a social status for the elites or for the rich, because if you can be able to purchase a cup of coffee for 10 euro, that's something.
All
So
right.
so it is probably in other countries kopi luwak is not acceptable.
Yeah.
But I'm taking advantage of the popularity of kopi luwak to promote the diversity,
Of
the
Indonesian
richness
coffee.
of variety of coffee of
Keep it right there. I'm going to test how good the coffee diplomacies of these three besties ambassadors. But after the break, so don't go anywhere. And also, we're going to play games with my other two colleagues, Rory and also Maria. Stay tuned.